I'm hoping that things can kind of head back to normal. You know what I mean? And I don't know when that's going to happen, but I think it's important that we can get back to as close to that as possible. I mean, kids want to do and need to do what they love to do, and there has to be that balance. There has to be safety concerns as well, and we just got to do the best we can do.
Can you talk a bit about that? You keep talking about the mental health aspect to me. Mm-hmm. That's a huge toll that is taken on kids. They didn't have their season, right? In Ohio, they didn't have their season. 90% of the states got to have their seasons and their state tournament. But the mental health of being, not being able to see your friends, being away from family members, and, if you can't see your grandparents, things like that. Talk about the mental health and what your concerns are with that and what you're trying to do with that.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's kind of where I'm at. Part of what I do in my job is to deal with things like that, with people that are having mental health issues and whatnot. And our young people, I mean, they've never, ever gone through anything like this. I mean, you think about it, a kid screws up, and, when I was a kid, if I did something wrong and my parents, my parents were pretty old school, man. If you needed to get a crack, you get a crack. But there were times when my dad was like, you just go sit in that chair in the corner. And I was like, for how long? And he's like, never mind how long. You run in the kitchen, you made a mess. Whatever, you mouthed off to your mother. Just go sit in that chair. And just sitting in that chair for an hour, okay, would drive me bananas. All right, so you're talking about now, okay, that was very young. Okay, so now you're talking about kids that did nothing wrong, right? And they lost their state tournament. If you're wrestling, if you're basketball, winter sports, okay, if you're spring sports, they lost everything, right? No season whatsoever, okay? And these kids are basically being told to go sit in that chair, and it wasn't their fault. And it's nobody's fault, okay? I don't want that to come out wrong. But, you get to a point in time where it's like, I'm starting to hear some things, I'm starting to hear the kids talk, and it's scary. It's scary because they have to be moving around. They aren't meant to be this way. You know what I mean? We're meant to be, human beings are meant to be social. Kids, between the ages of 10 and 18, 19, they need to be social, man. They need to be around their friends. They need to be around other people, like-minded individuals who want to work hard. And, they didn't have that for a long time. And that's scary, and it's hopeful. I'm hoping that things can open up. And like I said, there has to be a balance. You got people that are getting very sick. You got people that are dying. So there has to be a balance, and people have to follow the rules. It's the bottom line.